Welcome everyone to this week's episode of Unrooted Women's Soccer Edition, and my guest for this week's show is none other than senior defender on the women's soccer team here at Menlo College, Amber Hicks. Amber, thanks so much for joining me on the show.
Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. Let's start by talking a little bit about you. Now, this season, your teammates have been telling me their answers to brownie bites, and you have been a very popular answer for just about every single brownie bite that's been asked. Whether it's from running away from fires, drinking tea, wearing lab coats, you are the answer in all of these. Do they have it out for you or something, or what's going on?
You know, I don't know. I think it's just I'm a well-rounded individual, so I just fit into all those random brownie bites. I don't know what it is.
You could go with that. So now we have to address those. So are you going to be the first to run away from a fire?
Definitely, I'm out of there.
Are you going to drink tea in a Boston Harbor?
I do drink tea a lot, so possibly.
So yes. And then would you rock a lab coat?
I think more like Lexi would rock the lab coat. So I'm not sure about the lab coat part. I think that's more of a Lexi type of
Maybe a Halloween costume or something?
For sure.
I have no idea because it just keeps going. And I mean, good news is you can't be an answer to your own questions this week. Mm-hmm. So at least we have 1 week off where you're not an answer for something. But now you get to kind of roast some of your own teammates, so that should be fun.
That works, yeah.
Now I want to go back to last season. You scored your first goal as an Oak in a huge contest. The Oaks had a 2-0 win over 10th ranked Westmont College last year. You got one of the goals. What did it mean to contribute in such a large way to such a meaningful and historic win for this program?
I don't know. I guess I was just playing my part that day, contributing and how I could to my team, taking that win. So I don't know. I think it's a good, yeah. And
you were telling me off the air that last season you were playing more as a forward and an attacker as opposed to a defender this year. What led to that change last season, and what brought you back this year?
I really wanted to just try something new. I've been playing defense my whole life, and I was like, let me just try this out, you know. It didn't work too well, but now I'm back to what I know. I'm back to playing defense, which I love, and I'm comfortable there. So
were those your first collegiate goals ever? Had you scored previously?
At the junior college level.
Okay, so you did score at the junior college level as a defender back then. Okay, just making sure.
Just a few.
Just making sure. Now let's talk about the team here a little bit. After a week off, the Oaks came back and won a pair of non-conference games last week. Do you feel that the team was refreshed and energized for those games? Because it sure seemed like it with the play on the field.
Yeah, definitely. We needed that little time off, little break and stuff. We were still practicing for most of the time, but we did have a few days to like recover, ice bath, and like work on, you know, stretching out and things like that. So that's really important, especially when we just got back traveling from Oregon and all that.
Absolutely, and all the crazy stuff that happened up there. Now, part of the success the Oaks had this past week had to do with the play of the back line, some solid stuff, fending off a lot of rushes from other teams. What did you see from your teammates on the back line that enabled them to be successful?
We work really well together. We communicate very well, which is super important in any line, forward, midfield, defense, of course. So our communication is key. Our movement together, you know, if someone steps, we have someone covering, and that's really important. So our movement off of each other and stuff.
How much of that communication stems from Paula in the net?
Paula's very helpful, especially when she's setting us up. We had a few free kicks from the other team, like close outside of the box, and her like quickly thinking of how she wants us lined up. That's super important, and she talks to us and lets us know like where to go. I want you on the post, I want you here. Like, it's super important.
Now, Caitlin Sorensen picked up one of the 3 goals in the win on Saturday. What has her leadership meant to this team now, especially that she's healthy and been able to play in almost every game?
No, seriously, I'm so happy for Katie. She's been through so much, just with, you know, all the surgeries and everything going on with her legs and stuff, and I'm just happy for her. I'm proud of her, and she's really stepping up in a huge way in that midfield that we really needed, and it's great. Like, I hope that she stays healthy throughout the rest of the season because we need her.
Absolutely. Sure. Now, conference play begins this weekend. You have Westmont College on the docket again, ranked in the top 10 as they usually are. Yeah. You did it once last year. What's it going to take to beat them again this time?
You know, we're just going to have to be consistent. We're going to have to start from the beginning. First 15 minutes of both halves are very crucial, very important. Take a lot of shots on goal, be smart defensively and offensively, and I don't know, take it, bring it home.
Maybe an Amber Hicks goal in there as well?
Maybe.
Hey, you never know. It happened once last year and you beat Westmont, so by process of, you know, correlation, I think Might have to get another one.
I mean, anything is possible.
Anything is possible in soccer. We've learned that many times before. All right, Amber, let's get into the final segment of the show. It's called Brownie Bites. I'm going to ask you 3 off-the-wall questions. Give me your best answers.
Okay, let's go.
Question number 1. Which teammate has the most simplistic way of life?
Let's say Haley.
Haley. Why so?
Because she's just really low-key. She's like a go-with-the-flow type of girl. Chill. And she doesn't seem like she needs like too much extra stuff, so.
The opposite of you, perhaps?
All right.
You know that's why I wrote that question, right?
Is it? I was wondering, like, how do you choose these?
Oh, yeah.
I think I'm pretty chill too, though. So.
You can be chill, yes, but you appreciate the finer things. I feel like
fine,
at least that's
Brian.
what I've been getting the vibe from your teammates.
With the lab coat and everything.
Well, the lab coat and drinking tea in a Boston Harbor. It's just kind of like a majestic thing. I don't know.
Bougie, okay.
Right?
Okay, that makes
bougie.
Yeah, bougie.
See, I don't even know what that means. So
It's like high maintenance, kind of.
okay. So you said it, not me. Amber Hicks is bougie, ladies and gentlemen. Question number 2. In honor of National Cherries Jubilee Day, which teammate loves cherries the most?
Maybe Erica. Yeah, Erica Negretti. I don't know. She seems like a fruit eater. You know, she seems like she would love some cherries.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you knew it or not, but today is in fact National Cherries Jubilee Day. Apparently.
Okay, so it's not so random. You
No, that's not
these.
that one. I had to research that one. I'm like, what should I ask her? Let's see what national holiday is today.
Oh my gosh.
And apparently, there's a holiday about cherries.
Oh wow.
There's a holiday for everything.
So Erica, today's your day.
Erica, we need to see you in the cafeteria eating some cherries. I hope the cafeteria has some. I'll go find out in a little bit, as a matter of fact. And then question number 3: if you could bring one teammate to the moon, who would it be and why?
Probably Lexi, because we can have fun doing anything, anywhere, and I'm pretty sure we would have a blast full time.
So it doesn't matter if it's the moon, if it's a road trip somewhere, like you'd pick her.
Yeah,
She's going to be
raging, just lots of fun.
Just raging, man. Raging on the road, raging on the moon.
Everywhere.
All right, Amber, thanks for joining me on the show. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Brian, for having me.
You're very welcome, folks. The women's soccer team is on the road this weekend. They begin Golden State Athletic Conference play down in Santa Barbara, part of a doubleheader against Westmont College. The women's team and the men's team both taking part in their first conference games against Westmont College. They're ranked on both the men's and the women's side. We invite you to tune into next week's episode of Unrooted Women's Soccer Edition, when Amber Hicks will select the next interviewee by me, Brian Brownfield, right here on the show. Until then, we'll see you next week. Take care, everyone.